Hi, you are listening to the Father Support Network podcast. This podcast is for single fathers and fathers in general. On this podcast, we educate, inform, guide, encourage, and help fathers navigate the complex challenges of maintaining contact and healthy relationships with their children after separation or divorce. Your host is Dr. Michael Uwangba. Michael Uwangba is a father of three who successfully fought for the right of his children to have their father in their lives.
Hello, and happy weekend. I'm just today we're just gonna do it in a very different way. So I'm just here at lunch, playing a game of snooker. I just wanted to touch on my experience as this week, the kind of experience I've had with people that are fathers that are estranged. Um, and the so what I really want to talk about is how fathers knowing your rights as a father. What are your rights when it comes to your child once the relationship breaks down? And this stems from a colleague has recently just called me and then linked me up with someone that is going through a difficult time. They've not seen, I think, their son or daughter in 3 years, 5 years. And this is a shame, And many fathers feel frustrated and feel like they don't have a right to the child. They feel like once that relationship breaks down, um, that is it. The woman has absolutely feel like the woman has absolutely right over the child, but that's not true. And this is when I say I understand some fathers just give up. You give up because you don't want to go through the stress, or you believe that you don't have a right, but you actually do. You do have a right. It is a myth to believe that once a relationship breaks down, that you don't have the right to your child. So what are your rights in the UK? For instance, you there's something called parental responsibility. So if you sign the birth certificate, then automatically you have a parental right to the child. But even if you didn't sign the birth certificate, you still you still have a right. What you then need to do is apply to the court. First, you apply for parental responsibility, um, and then that is the process. Well, we like I say, it's always best if two parents can work together and put the best interest of their children at heart. And even when they've gone their separate ways, the child deserves to continue to have both parents in his or her life. So I never understood, or I never understand the logic where one of parents, usually the mother would do that. But then again, like I usually say, some fathers as well just give up easily. I don't see why you would have I don't see why you would have uh I don't that's that I put it wrongly. I hope you didn't say that. Maybe I'm gonna have to edit that out. I don't see how you would have a child and then just abandon the child. What is the point of having a child if you can't be in the life of the child? So for me, I think it's important that once we deposit our seed and we produce wonderful creatures, a mini us, that we are conscious of what we're doing, and then we're made aware. And again, we might look at child maintenance as one that is set up to punish the fathers. But again, you have to also look at the logic that is in an objective sense, and say you can abandon your responsibility. Although I can say that has been weaponized by both the some selfish mothers as well as the states. But you can also rule out the fact that you can have your responsibility and abandon that. Who do you think is an act of irresponsibility or rascality to bring a child into this world and then not to bring a child into this world and then not be involved in their life? So what are your rights? You have a right to be involved. A lot of people think you just have to pay. No, you can have hands-on. Like me, I'm a hands-on dad. I like to be hands-on. Or you can choose depending. Again, some fathers have been economically marginalized. Some have been in the system where it becomes difficult to. Where some mothers might then use that against them to deny them. But I don't think anyone should be done. Even when you'll be so surprised, even when you do not have the perfect record in terms of your spooky criminal record. Some people have criminal records. You still have a right to your child. Even if you're in the prison, no matter how you could have some form of contact, whether it be phone call, whether it be letter. That is, if it's your biological child or your child, they have a right to it. So knowing that, I've seen many people so many fathers that are ignorant. Even those that were married and they've just abandoned. Some fathers really want to be involved in their kids' life, but they don't know otherwise. They feel like the system is biased against them. They feel like they don't have the right, and then they abandon their duty. So it's still going to be abandonment. I've seen people that I've known. And then single moms, sometimes you're raising these kids and so you see some people say, I'm the father, I'm the mother, and then some people actually just use a man to have a child. No, that is selfish, because what you're denying the child is a right to a father, right to a masculine lead. And also, if the child as well doesn't have access to the mother, the child is denied the feminine, the femininity, they denied, the emotional touch, the emotional connection that usually you get from being around your mom, that warmth, that softness and all of that. So both parents are very important in the life of a child, but fathers are urge you to know your right, and that's why we're here, Father Support Network, to guide fathers, those that do not know their right, to help them navigate this what of course a complex but simple process of being there. We need to make sure that the children are placed at the forefront and their best interests the best interests are protected. So you have a right to your child. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. There are processes. If you think you don't have, you then send a birth certificate, that ways can do it. And then if you want to have a hands-on approach, the mother cannot deny you that. You want to take your child for some weekends, you can have agreement, which I always we recommend. Have a mutual agreement between you and your ex, or if not, you can have a court ordered and keep. I understand there might be difficulty. People will manipulate that. Some people might not want to keep to that, and then the frustration you give up. I know people that are personally. I know people that have raised kids and now the kids are at guys with them. It doesn't work out. It's good for a child to have a balanced life and have a balance upbringing by having access to both parents. Whether in a household where you have father and mother, or if that's not possible, to still continue to have that semblance of kind of like stability. Anyways, I'll leave it at that, and we'll continue with this topic next time and provide more detail on how you can gain this access.